So last video I made was about what your A-level subject says about you. And some of you liked it so much that you even wanted a part 2. So here I am, delivering on my promises. But what I've come to realize is that the sequel is never ever as good as the original. So I will try my best to deliver. And if you haven't already, go check out part 1 and then come back and watch part 2.
Bro, let's get straight to it.
This was a Haywa production.
A-level mathematics. In the previous video, I kinda touched upon maths. However, that was mainly for the people that pick science and maths. And that's perfectly alright, especially for the people who want to delve into the medical field. However, it's slightly an issue if you pick physics, but that's neither here or there. Right now, we are going to talk about the people that solely pick A-level mathematics and no other science. But before we talk about those brainless individuals, we need to talk about how hard maths is. Just so you know, maths is the second hardest A-level, second to physics. But the difference between physics and maths is that in A-level physics, it's possible to get an A-star if you work hard every single day. No matter how hard you work in maths, you cannot get an A-star. Because to get an A-star in A-level maths, you either have to be intellectually gifted or ethnically gifted. But I'm not going to delve into that too much. I'm just going to leave it to your own imagination. But if you look like me, 99 times out of 100, you will not get an A-star, no matter how hard you work. But now, let's get on to the brainless idiots that pick solely maths and no other science. And there's no other logical explanation for it other than the fact that they're lacking in the chromosome department. Because there's no way a functioning brain would decide to pick solely maths. And don't get me wrong, I understand you can pick economics and maths. It's not a bad combo, but why the fuck would you choose to live your A-level life on hard mode? Because doing economics on its own is just fine. You will get to the same educational destination. But one thing I will say is that lots of universities do value maths, so I do see why people would pick solely maths. But hey, if you do that, you are not the smartest individual, I'm telling you now, because that shit gonna be a different type of hard. Further mathematics.
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Further maths. A devastatingly advanced level of maths. That shit isn't even an A-level. I wouldn't even go so far as to call it torture. That is 2 years of being stuck in a genjutsu. And I'm not talking about no shitty Kurenai genjutsu. I'm talking about Mangekyo Sharingan, Itachi type of genjutsu. This subject here is incomparable to any other subject. This is why I said physics was the hardest A-level. Because further maths, I don't even see that shit as an A-level. That shit is 2 years of fucking pain. And best believe, there is no one that looks like me in a further maths class. Because I guarantee our brains cannot hack that shit. Like, my people already know that slavery was enough. So we're not going to willingly put ourselves back into a situation similar to that by picking A-level further maths. I guarantee the only people you're going to see in the A-level further maths classroom, no matter where you are in the world, is straight Asian niggas. And I'm not talking about them Asian niggas that look max and find shit and things of that nature. No, 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 no. Every single person in that class is chopped. In a further maths classroom, you can find 100% Asian population with only 7 students in the class. And they all smell like must and maths. But that's perfectly alright. Because if I was doing further maths, I'd probably smell like the exact same thing. Because getting an A-star in maths could at best get you an E in further maths. That's how different the levels are. And what makes it even worse, further maths is literally so useless because it can't take you anywhere other than the fact if you want to study maths in university. And why the fuck would anyone in their right mind want to study maths in university unless they want to become a math teacher? And why the fuck would you want to become a math teacher? Now on to economics/business studies. They are very similar subjects. The only difference being is that business studies delves into the finances involved, into the business and businesses as a whole, whereas economics studies the finances in society. But in short, it's just about making money. And that's why people pick business studies in particular, because they think learning about how businesses operate and analyzing them will make them successful business people or successful entrepreneurs that own a variety of companies. But I'm going to keep it all the way real with you. Doing business studies is not going to make you the next Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs or Bill Gates. And I promise you, if it did, your A-level business study teachers would not be in the classroom teaching you, but instead they'd be regular attendees at Diddy parties.
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party. So
Hey yo, what the fuck?
And what makes it even worse, the ratios in a business studies classroom is absolutely terrible. I am not fucking with that 1-to-1 ratio, because all it takes is one facially gifted individual to have 2 females on his body, and then there's no things left for me. And for some reason, there are a lot of good looking males in a A-level business studies classroom. Like, I don't know why, and I just can't compete at that level. So if you're a male and you're below a 6 out of 10, A-level business studies is not for you. But if you're facially gifted, a A-level business studies class is just for you, because lots of the girls in the A-level business studies class are beautiful, and they also have their head on straight because they are focused on that bag just like you. So to all my facially gifted viewers, this could be the classroom where you find your soulmate. And now let's move on to economics. As I said, it's similar to business content wise, but the people in the classroom are completely different. First of all, the ratio in the classroom is completely fucked. There's a boy-girl ratio of 3-to-1. That is terrible heat. And there's gonna be a maximum of 3 bad bitches in the class. And for someone like me, who's facially impaired, that is not a good class for me, because I'm going to get absolutely no playtime. I'm going to go out there looking like Tony Snell. But the one saving grace of an economics classroom is that nearly every single guy is straight mid. Apart from maybe one enigma, who's going to be the most lengest individual you've ever seen in life, everyone else is mid. But we digress. So let's now go on to the type of people in that classroom. In an economics classroom, damn near every single individual is smart. I can't lie, that sounds like a class for me, and they all have an interest in learning how to manage finances. But there is a big dilemma. 99% of them don't have any finances to manage, so they have all the idea but they lack the gear. But that's neither here or there. At the end of the day, they are very calm and chill people, regardless of what they look like and regardless of their financial situation. And unlike the deluded kids in the business class, they actually have some sort of common sense. They understand that doing economics is not going to make them the next Elon Musk. They have a lot more realistic ambitions, such as becoming financial advisors, bankers, accountants, and things of that nature. And similar to economics students, computer science students also have an idea of what they want to do in their future. Them niggas there are mad long-term thinkers. Them niggas there have already found software engineer jobs in Google and Apple. And since our society is becoming a lot more technologically advanced, doing computer science is one of the greatest subjects you can do. But that shit is far from easy. It's so complex that I can't even understand it to explain it. But if you're like me and you pick A-level solely for the females, this subject is not for you, because again, the ratios are absolutely terrible. This is a male dominant subject, so you are going to get absolutely no play. And on top of that, everyone in that class is mid. And let me put niggas on game real quick with A-level English literature. Subject wise, that shit is tired as fuck. I would not pick it for the content and the subject, because that shit is so boring. But the ratios are sublime. And not too many people know about the females in the English literature classroom, but trust me, they are arguably the best, especially if you're a milkman. There is premium milk in that classroom. There are Ava caliber females in that classroom, and your male peers in that class are not too good looking either. And they definitely did not pick English literature to chat to females, so they are going to be unprepared. They have not even suited up for the game yet. And while they're warming up doing their shoot arounds, you're dropping 50 on their head top, and there's nothing they can do about it. And if you're gonna pick a subject for the hers, English literature is the best subject you could choose.
That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
But there is a slight dilemma. You would have to achieve your Rinnegan for this to be successful. Not any type of normal individual can pull off the English literature method. but unfortunately I lack the XP to obtain a Rinnegan of my own, so I am still stuck on the Eternal Mangekyou Sharingan, which is perfectly fine because the females in the sociology class are perfectly fine with me. However, if you do want to obtain your Rinnegan, you need to be a max level milkman, and unfortunately I lack that type of experience. But as I said previously, I am perfectly alright with my Eternal Mangekyou Sharingan. And finally, classics. If you pick this subject,
You weird, buddy. You're weird.
because why on God's green earth would you willingly want to study ancient Greek literature and ancient Greek architecture? And that's a bit hypocritical from me since I did pick classics. However, I only did one lesson of classics and I didn't learn a thing, because as soon as I stepped into that classroom, I saw 7 white guys and that was it. There was no diversity, no females. These niggas were future Illuminati prospects, and I guarantee at least 3 of them own slaves. So if you study classics, stay far away from me. But yeah man, that's gonna cap it off. Ava, if you're watching this, follow the IG, DM me and things of that nature. And my Haywa brothers and sisters, you man follow the IG as well. Like, comment and subscribe. And remember this, the path you choose today doesn't have to be the path set for you tomorrow.